What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Let me know if y'all can hear me right now. I have a very special guest. We're waiting on. Oh, okay. So she's still coming. She's gonna be a little late. So we got a bonus guest today, y'all. A super phenomenal person, a human being that I am so elated to introduce to you all. I'm gonna just give a slight introduction, and I'm gonna let Rob tell you about him, what he does, and how he helps others. But as you can see, this is a gorgeous human being inside and out. He's gonna show us how to be gorgeous inside and out. And I want y'all to show some love for Rob Shepherd of Shepherd Fit. Listen, this is gonna be amazing. So we're gonna talk about these fitness, health, and wealth. We're gonna talk a little about money too, right?
Oh yeah.
We gotta talk about money. So y'all go ahead and give it up. Let me see some hand claps. I know we have like a 15-second delay, but that should not stop us from saying welcome and showing some love. Rob, how you feeling today?
I am absolutely wonderful.
You are always wonderful. You're always smiling. You're always up early in the morning.
Yep.
Listen, I'm looking at it says biblical diet too. Like
yes.
Amazing stuff. So
I believe in that.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
My name is Rob Shepherd, and I go by Shepherd Fit, and I'm a board-certified holistic health, fitness, and lifestyle coach, which I strongly believe in utilizing food as thy medicine. And what I do is I help individuals that looking to get in better shape, feel great from the inside, and it comes out on the outside.
That's amazing. Listen, so can you give us a little bit of just your personal routine? Because we had a conversation this morning. Yes. Tell us a little bit about your personal routine, and then like what you expect out of yourself, so that we know what you expect out of others.
Okay, so my personal routine is the 3 W's. I believe in first thing in the morning, worship, workout, work. Those 3 W's are the principles that I apply to my life that help me to be in the best shape at age 50. Let me repeat it again. The best shape at age 50. I'm in better shape now than when I was 18, in my 20s, and in my 30s. I know I'm 50. And I wake up in the morning, first thing, I worship. Then I go ahead and I started to get my workout in. Then after that, I take off and get my work done. No matter if I go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's still a process that I have to follow. There's no, I slept longer, or I'm not in a worship, I'm not in a workout, because it helps me to get my day into the place that I want it to be in. If I don't follow those 3 W's, I could feel that something is off for the day.
I can definitely see that that being your routine and the standard, setting the stage for the entire day. So what does it feel like when you don't do your routine?
When I don't do my routine, I feel, how would you say it in Jamaica, miserable. So anything that comes in my way, if I'm driving to work and I feel like someone speed up next to me or slow down in front of me, I find myself catching an attitude because I did not connect with my higher power first thing. So if I don't connect with my higher power, that it can lead me through the day, I could feel that something is off. So that those 3 W's, my principles that I follow, and encourage my clients to follow those 3 W's.
That sounds good. So with this routine, what is that workout look like? What is what you do during your routine? Is it something that is like strenuous? Is it like 2 hours? Like what does that look like?
Okay, so you work. What I teach is this: 30 minutes. 30 minutes with your phone put to the side. No Facebook, no Instagram, no YouTube, none of that. Just straight taking that 30 minutes and applying it to your life and work out for 30 minutes. You find sometimes we spend an hour in the gym, 2 hours in the gym. That doesn't mean that the person that spent an hour or 2 hours is getting more done than the one that spent 30 minutes. Because that 2 hours can be either on Facebook, working a little, talking to some friends, or it can be working out. So for me, it's that 30 minutes, get in there and just stay laser focused on your workout and get it done. And you will feel the difference. So you find somebody, you hear, I don't have enough time. I'm so busy. But guess what? If you really go on your Facebook page, I want you to try this. Check out your time spent in screen time on Facebook. I'm telling you honestly, sometimes it's like 4 hours. And someone will say, I don't have time to work out. You have 4 hours to scroll through Facebook and look at drama or something in the news. And the 30 minutes we do not have some time to invest into our life. I call it an investment.
Right.
Because when you invest that time, you will get an reward. I started investing that time in my life at age 19. I fully went full throttle at age 38. That's when I totally gave up alcohol, meat, dairy, and make a decision that I want to be in the best shape at age 70. I want to be in the best shape at age 96. Like that's like my goal, like live till 96, being fit,
Right.
running, living a good life. So I made a decision. So it all starts with a decision and commit to the process and then take action.
That actually sounds not just doable, it sounds simple.
It is
And,
simple.
and I think sometimes we get confused. We think easy and simple are the same thing, and it's not necessarily that, because it might be harder for some people than others. But I think the hard thing is not the task that you're telling us to do; it's our mindset.
Oh, I was just going to hit on that. Mindset. Now, how you get to the mindset? I'm going to tell you what helped me. It's 3 letters in this word, and the first letter starts with a W, and the last letter ends with a Y. Why are you doing it? The why is so huge that when you have that why in your mind and program it in your mindset, look at that why, you will understand the reason why you're doing it. Your why can be your kids, your grandkids, your husband, your wife. There's so many different things that you can look at that you can focus on to know the reason why you're doing it. One of my why is this. I had my first child at age 38.
Wow.
When I look at him, I said, when I am 48, he will be 10. Am I going to be able to run around with him? Am I going to have the energy to do the things with him? Am I going to be able to, what am I going to be able to do at 50? When I saw what a 50-year-old looked like growing up, I knew I did not want to look that way at 50. So I made a decision and I look at my why and I commit to the process and take action. And guess what? The results is in the pie, right? We see folks walking around with a big belly and we said, oh, it's age. It's a man thing. That's why they got a belly.
Yeah.
So you start wrapping your mind around that and you start slowing down. You know, automatically adopting something that God did not want you to adopt. God did not want you to be out of shape. God did not want us to be unhealthy. God did not create us to die soon. But so many of us are not willing to invest into our health, but we're willing to invest into a iPhone, but not willing to take the money from the iPhone and invest into our health. One of the models I use is this. We have something they call moderation, right? Oh, we're going to do things in moderation. So I said, okay, what type of car you drive? Hypothetically speaking, you drive a Benz, right? Will you pour water into your gas tank? No, right? Why not? You pour water in my gas tank for moderation. You know, gas price is so expensive. It's $4 and something cents for a gallon. I'm going to do water today. I won't because the car will not run good.
Yeah.
Will you pour water in your oil tank? No, you won't, right? So because we don't get the immediate thing that's happening in our body when we do bad to the temple that God created, we then said, okay, over time it's going to catch up with us.
Right.
And my story in 2006, I was a sick guy from 2006 and below until I made a decision in 2006 that I had to figure it out because I had a diabetes issue coming on. I have high blood pressure stuff. All this stuff was coming on me, right? And I'm like, wait a minute here. There's something wrong, right? Oh, you have bronchitis. As soon as the wind blows, you're sick. Oh, that's the problem. Is that's what you have. No. The reason being is my immune system were not strong enough. Once I understand the process and the principles and apply the biblical principles that's in Genesis, many ask, where do you get your diet from? Simple. From the book of Genesis, right? Now, The Creator created me, and the Creator tells me what to eat: fruit, nuts, seeds, grains, vegetables from the land. I don't have to look for paleo, 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 any type of diet that's out there, because they all is like this: yo-yo, 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 yo-yo. Find a sustainable lifestyle to live what the Creator created and follow that diet. And guess what? You're winning. I'm not telling you something that I don't know. I'm telling you something that I follow. And here I am. I'm a proof in the. I don't go to the doctor, only for my yearly checkup, and that's it. Thank be to God, because I follow the three W's: worship, work out, work, and follow the principles that God put in His Bible.
Yeah, that was I can't even say a word. That was a whole chapter on how to live life simply. Simply, like literally, first book in the Bible tells us everything we should be eating. Yeah, I feel a little bad because I just ate some shrimp. Listen, but I did have some green beans. I had green beans, you know. So what? Okay, so you have someone like me who's definitely knowledgeable. Like, I'm researched. I understand what I'm supposed to be doing. What's stopping me from doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
Okay, I'm gonna help. This is what I like to do. I like to play the mind game.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
You gonna
watch
play mind game with me
Watch this,
live right now? Oh gosh.
If have you ever snorkeled?
Actually, yes.
You did.
Yeah.
How does the bottom of the ocean look?
It looks. Well, I don't know. We didn't go to the bottom of the ocean.
Okay, so when you snorkel and you go in the deep water, you go down that glass bottom boat. Or have you been in a glass bottom boat?
Yes.
Okay, how does the bottom of it look?
It looks. Well, it's dark unless we have light down there, but looks colorful. Vegetation, like, looks
Beautiful,
lush.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. I snorkel and I put my head in the water, and it's absolutely, it's like another world down there.
Right.
And I said, okay, there's no boat with a vacuum cleaner that goes in the water and cleans the ocean, right? I'm going somewhere. I'm gonna help you. You're my girl. I'm gonna help you. Watch this. There's no vacuum cleaner that goes in the water and vacuum the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
And it's absolutely beautiful. The sand is white. There was these creatures that I've never seen around moving around. I said, wait a minute, how is this? So I started wrapping my head around it, and I realized, okay, God said, don't eat this. He made them ground feeders to clean the ocean. Wow. So when they clean the ocean, whatever they put in them from the bottom of the ocean goes in our system, and then it flows in our bloodstream. And that's why I had the cholesterol issues coming on, because I love lobster. I was like, oh man, why couldn't I figure out this before? And I used to love sitting there and have crab and shrimp. I love shrimp. And one of the things is this. Back, you're going out on a date and you take a woman to a lobster dinner.
Yeah.
You're like, man, this lobster. You're like, you got posture when you eat lobster. You're like, man.
So the lobster comes with posture,
right?
Okay.
Oh yeah, lobster comes. It's like driving a Rolls Royce and having lobster. But I didn't realize it was killing me. I didn't realize it. I had no clue. But once I understand the process of the blood, it was over. You want good blood? You eat for good blood. You want bad blood? You eat for bad blood. So like someone like, like say you're looking to change. This is one thing that works for me. I love taking pictures. Pictures can change me. I was out running the other day, because when you're staying at a hotel, you have this hotel food, and that thing is just not good. And I went on the thing, and I had Amanda videotape me while I was running, and all I saw was a little belly. I'm on this thing running, and I said, is that me? I was like, no way possible. So that alone just gave me a chance. And you may say, oh, well, you're talking, you have no belly, stop talking. No, for me, when I get a little something coming out from the six pack, I got a problem. You know what I did?
Something coming out. Is that a flex? You got something poking out from the six pack?
Yeah, like a little something coming out. But then I realized the tater tots they're having at the hotel fried, the sausage, the eggs fried, all this stuff. And I was like, I'm done. I'm going to have oatmeal, some fruits. Bam, I'm cutting it off. Because if I didn't, when I finish off a 1 week business vacation and business, I go back, I'm 10 pounds heavier. From what? From eating the wrong foods, because that's what we can get our hands on. So what you want to do is, when you travel, is try to eat 1 to 2 dense meals on your travel. And that's it. Do not snack in between meals. I give you one of the winning mechanism for healthier you. You know what? You know why the stomach comes in a lot of us?
Why?
We're not allowing our food to digest.
Digest.
We're eating in between meals.
Hmm.
I have breakfast, within an hour or two, you didn't digest. You need 4 to 5 hours for your full digestion system to go. That you can eliminate, and then you wait for go for your next meal. By between 7 and 8, you want to cut it off.
Hmm.
Last meal, that's it. And if you're gonna have something to drink, a smoothie, that's it. Then you're winning because now your food is processed. You're using the restroom, and guess what? You feel better.
Yeah, that's true.
Another thing is this: if you did not use the restroom today, come off this live and go use the restroom.
Hmm.
If you did not do number 2, and it is
To be
now
clear.
4:28, you want to call after this live. You want to go use it. Go figure it out. And I'm gonna tell you to figure out. Get some lemon water and eliminate. Sometimes we don't use the restroom and we see nothing wrong with it,
That is true.
and we just think it's normal. It's okay if you not use the restroom maybe twice for the week. Bad. Use the restroom twice per day. First thing in the morning, simple way if you want to trigger your system is drinking a warm glass of lemon water first thing in the morning when you wake up.
It works.
Then 1 hour after that, you can then go ahead and have your meal. Your breakfast should consist of fruits, maybe some nuts, and whole grains, not just grains. Whole grains, because not all grains are created equal. Whole grains, you want the grain whole. Then you wait for your 4 to 5 hours. Then you have your lunch. Your lunch should consist of a raw salad. Now you may ask, I don't like salads. I eat greens. I'm gonna tell you why the greens are important. Right? The greens are important because it strengthens your immune system. Okay? It helps the mechanism to heal the inner you that you already have. We all have a doctor. We're our own doctor. It's called the inner doctor. So when you feed the inner doctor what the inner doctor needs, the inner doctor will do what the inner doctor was created to do, was to heal you. And we got to stop living in a microwave society. Fast, cut fast. If someone give me $1,000 now to drink a glass of soda, keep your $1,000. I'm not doing it.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
So when's the
If
last
you
time you
give
drank
me
soda?
$3,000 to drink a glass of soda, keep your $3,000. I'm not doing it.
Really?
If you give me $5,000 to eat a McDonald's, notice what I said, I'm being specific. French fries, I'm not eating it. But if you give me Burger King, I'll eat it.
So what's the difference?
The difference is McDonald's French fries, not fries.
What do you mean?
If you take a McDonald's French fries and compare them both, one been sitting around for 8 years, the other one just purchased, you will see no mold, nothing at all. Only grease will be on the package. They both look the same.
Yeah, I have noticed that.
I
There's
tested that.
some McDonald's fries like in between the seats that you don't know if they've been there for years.
No mold.
Walter says, "What about for $1 million?
I'm being honest. That's no.
$1 million?
I'm
You're
dead
not gonna drink
serious.
that soda?
$1 million. I am not drinking that soda.
I don't know about
That's literally how that, because you never allow money to buy you. Your belief system should consistently be what you
real.
believe in.
That's real.
But if you give me $10 to eat a nice piece of cake, hi, how are you? There's a difference. You understand me? So I'm not telling you we can't eat bad. If you go rock fishing, bunch of rocks, little hole, fish is in there, right? And the rocks are on top. Take the soda and pour it in the water. You do not need a fish line. You just pick the fishes up. Just like this. Because they cannot breathe, so they come up for here because of the soda that you're drinking. Think about what that soda is doing to your stomach lining, your intestines, your skin, your blood. It goes on. So I'm giving you things where you can think about it before you're going to do it again, right? You can pick the fishes out and put them in your bag or pan. We'd never put a fishing line because they cannot breathe because of the soda and the chemicals from the soda that they have to come up to the top to get here. If you take it and pour it on your battery, it moves the crowds off.
That's true.
Why would I want that in my system? And it's the best-selling drinks out there, sodas.
You're right. That's true, and especially cola, like Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that's why we're sick.
Wow. Let's put in some things in perspective.
Yes.
So, what what type of work did you do to get to this place where you have this information and it's downloaded and this is what you access on a regular basis? How, like what research did you do and how long did it take
Well,
you to come to
because
this?
I was sick and the doctors couldn't figure it out, they when I had I was gassy, stomach problems. They said you're lactose intolerant, so I get a lactate pill to take the milk. No,
Just stop
why
the
not
milk.
just get rid of the milk?
Yeah.
I mean, you're giving me a pill to take something that God said is not good for my body. The cow don't drink his milk. Why am I drinking it?
The
Does
own
the-
cow
does the old
grown
cow drink his
cow
milk?
does not drink the milk.
Why am I drinking it?
Shoot.
Right? So if your body telling you don't eat the cheese was bad for us from the 1800s. Look it up. Someone says to me, why don't you drink alcohol? I said, because it's processed in your bloodstream. And alcohol triggers breast cancer. They said,
Really?
how did you know that? I said, go to breastcancer.org. Do you trust and believe in them? Sure. It's right there. It's right there. Breastcancer.org. Go there and just put, what effect does alcohol cause with cancer? And it will tell you right there. Alcohol triggers breast cancer. Right? So you do your research. Then I decided there's got to be more. So I decided not to go to a nutrition school because I did not want the same mundane, broken system that we have in America with the nutritionist. Gives you high fructose corn syrup and tell you it's good sugar. No, it's not. It's fake. That's why diabetes come upon us. So I decided to go to a holistic nutrition school where it's now becomes all holistic health. And by doing all my research, schooling, and I realized, man, there's a better way. But first, I was my own patient. It started with me. I had to be my own patient. That's why I'm passionate about what I do. That's why I can tell someone I can take 6 to 7 pounds off you within 3 days because I've done it with myself. So I'm not worried because I know what I can do. Someone said, no, you can't. I could. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut you off food for 72 hours. I'm going to take all the waste out of your colon. I give you grapefruit juice, olive oil, right? And guess what? Grapefruit juice, olive oil, right? And Epsom salt. Watch this. I'm going to give you the best remedy ever. Grapefruit juice, not regular grapefruit juice from the store, but your own grapefruit juice at your house. Get it from the store, you juice it. The olive oil and the Epsom salt. Try that. You will get stones out of your liver like crazy, and they're green coming out of your liver. I'm vegan. I still had like 80 something stones came out.
Are you serious?
So serious.
How often do you do that type of treatment?
Every 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So every 6 months, I shut my system down and I do a full body cleanse with juices, colon cleanse, and blood cleanser, and just cleanse your whole system out. Your stomach, if it's there, it goes on to here. In like a short period of time, in 72 hours, it's just waste. It's waste. Just still enough of waste.
That's good. This is good.
Yeah.
Man, this is really good. So what do you do to help others? Do you have a program? Do you coach? Like, what is it that you do? Because I know your whole mission is to spread this information.
So my program is, I start with a detox program, okay? And the detox system that I use is taking you off food for 72 hours, get you on a whole cleansing system, and coach you through the process by cleaning out your whole system. If you're looking to lose weight, don't even worry about that because it's going to automatically happen. It's because what I'm doing is working from the inside, and everything is going to come from the outside. Now you will have the energy you're looking for. The brain fog is gone. You're looking for to feel more vibrant. All that is from 72 hours investment in yourself.
Investment, 72 hour
72
investment.
hours
I never
investment.
thought about time being an investment.
72, you're going to invest 72 hours into your life. And by then, in 72 hours, you will feel so much better. And the mind sharp, you will actually change the way you look at things because the way you feel. And I've done it. We have folks that we work with. In the last event I came to, 5 folks are put on a detox, and they were calling and leaving messages. Man, I can't believe what you have done to me. I feel so good, and I don't want to eat the junk food anymore. I know I couldn't play with my kids. And it was great just to hear that.
Yeah. Now, those are real goals. Those are like goals that we don't think as measurable goals, but playing, like having the energy to play with the kids, having the energy and the livelihood to do your task, having the mental clarity to
Mhm.
get things done for the day, and not being clouded and like I get overwhelmed and take my naps. Could that be why? When I get overwhelmed,
Oh
I
yes.
have to take me some. Y'all listen, your girl mind be blown.
Yep.
So what does after that? What does that maintenance look like? How do you keep up with that? Like what do you
Maintenance
do? Mm-hmm.
is 2 meals a day,
Mm-hmm.
no more than three. And this is so simple. As a matter of fact, you don't need me to send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
This is so simple. This fruits every
Mm-hmm.
morning with a whole grain. What's a whole grain? Could be whole grain pancakes,
Mm-hmm.
oats, whole grain, muesli, whole grain. Why am I adding whole grain to it? Because of the fiber,
Gotcha.
right? Because you want to be able to eliminate,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Gotcha.
Your water, fresh juices,
Mm-hmm.
not juice from the store,
Mm-hmm.
fresh squeeze juices, smoothies, breakfast. These are all things that can consist in your breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to your lunch, right? Now, when are you going to have your lunch? Your lunch can be about 2 o'clock. Your lunch don't follow oh, my lunch is 12 o'clock. No. If you eat at 8, why are you going to eat at 12? If you eat at 9, why lunch is at 12? Eat when your body digests. Now you go into your lunch. If you are a meat eater, I'm not, but if you eat meat, do not eat red meat. Okay, I'm gonna knock your socks off now. Do not eat red meat. Where's the life? Where's the life of the meat?
Not there.
In the blood.
Hmm. So basically, we need to be blood drinkers if we really want the nutrients from animals.
You don't
That
want
sounds
that.
disgusting.
You don't exactly.
Right.
So the life of the animal is in the blood. That's why you have the halal meat. The Muslims will drain the meat first before they make it, so the blood is drained out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The reason being is the life of the meat is in the blood. So whatever in the blood of in the meat you eat it, that's now going to be in your blood. That's why we have. Watch this. Oh, I'm ready to knock your socks off again. Why do you think we have so much infidelity? Why we have so much marriages and separation?
You gonna blame that on me?
I'm ready to get you. Watch
Oh,
this.
okay.
When you can't say no to food,
You know what? I drew this conclusion the other day. I did because I said, how can we expect another human being to be faithful to us and we cannot be faithful to ourselves?
yep. When you can't
Oh
say no to food, think about
wow.
this. When you can't say no to food, where
Mm,
was the first temptation happen and what was it with?
mm, dang.
Adam and Eve. What was the temptation?
Golly.
So if you can't say no to food because I gotta have my meat, I gotta have this because he's telling me not to eat red meat, and you want to eat some chicken, go ahead. Organic chicken, not regular chicken, organic chicken, right? Fish, wild caught fish, not fish from the pool, wild caught fish, right? When you can say no to food, you can say no to anything.
Mm. That, you know what? You are absolutely correct. You know, I, I didn't think about like my dad used to have this expression says every person picks their poison. And I think every person that doesn't even realize they have a poison probably has the food poison.
So,
Mm,
reason why I came to that conclusion when I was a meat eater,
mm-hmm.
lobster eater, shrimp eater, pork eater, I done it all. Don't ever see me talking like I was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
No way, shape, and form.
Mm,
Not at all. I had my struggles just the same like everyone else. But what I realized when I gave up meat and can take control over food,
mm-hmm.
if Janet Jackson came in front of me and said, "Come on, let's go, ready for a date," and I'm a married man, I said no. I used Janet Jackson because she's my favorite artist. Dates, I had to use her, right? I said no. The issue we have today, because we can't say no to our belly, as soon as we step out there and something going on in our marriage, and the lady walked by and she looked so good, and she said, "Come on, you go," and you say, "Oh, my wife's not gonna see." I'm speaking on men's side because I know because I was once there. But once I made those transition and understand how to overcome food and don't allow food to control me, I am now in the winning seat.
With women, I think it's a lot of that's why we are emotional eaters.
Mhm.
Like whether it's a high or a low,
Mhm.
like we celebrate, we want to
Mhm.
eat. If
Mhm.
we're down and not feeling well, we want to eat.
And most of the time,
Ah,
we are the one as men put women into the emotional states.
we gonna talk about that right
We do it. I mean, I'm being honest. So if I
now.
can get men to straighten their lifestyle
Mm.
up
Mm.
and overcome the addiction and food,
Hmm.
they now can be winners in their family.
That's a whole nother high level conversation right there.
Yeah. If I can get men to
Huh.
understand, don't allow the power of food to overcome and win them over,
Mhm.
then they can win over in anything else.
Hmm. That's good stuff right there. See, I didn't even know we were gonna go this deep. Why you didn't tell me? See, this is why we don't rehearse this stuff, because the real just comes out.
I mean,
So Rob, we have a comment. Christy says, so you're talking about waste. I want to get back to regular BMs. I've had a BM once or twice a week. What can you do? I'm told I have IBS and slow metabolism as well as slow peristalsis. Peristalsis. I guess that's
parasites.
the the inside of your intestines. What is it called? It's like little fingers that move things,
Yes,
and
yes.
it basically paralyzes them, so you can't move your
Move your bowels.
waste
What I
regularly.
would suggest is this is what I did not gonna get this from a doctor, but I'm gonna tell you how to win this. 72 hours. If you can do 5 days, do it. Right? If you want to connect with me, I can definitely walk you through the process. Shut your system off for 72 hours. If you can go a week, do it. And now what you're going to do is feed your body with raw foods. What your raw food is going to consist of is raw juices, not pasteurized, nothing from the store. I'm talking about if you have a juicer, juice your juices at home. Then you can do a colon cleanse to cleanse your system out. Once you do all that and you get the stuff out of your system, you're going to feel 10 times better. But here's the problem. What we do, we detox and then we go back and start putting the stuff back in.
Amen.
It is a lifestyle change. That's why I don't believe in fat loss diets. I believe in lifestyle change. That's why that's why I go with Shepherd Fit lifestyle coaching, not Shepherd Fit fat loss. No, Shepherd Fit life, because it's a lifestyle. It becomes a part of you.
Right.
Okay, because when you feel good from the inside, you look good on the outside. Honestly, you do not want to go back to your old ways. I give you guys a funny story. My sister, every time I go on visit, she talks about me. Where's my gray hair? And she thinks that I dye my hair. I said no, so the problem is it's a lifestyle change. You make that lifestyle change and feed the body what the body needs. And believe me, I tell you this, you will get the results that you're looking for. Another thing I would share with the lady that asked the question is this: move towards a plant-based lifestyle. Honestly, I'm not sure your age, but I had enough meat in my life that it was okay at age 38 to make that change. It really did. I had enough alcohol that I could party and enjoy. It was okay. Now, guess what? I enjoy life more than ever before. Ever. I mean, literally, at 50, I never thought a million years I can get out there and run a 6-minute mile pace, 7-minute mile, 7:30. If you had asked me that, I would have told you no, because that's what I want to see. Because I feed my body for how I would like my body to respond to me. Same way in your relationship. You feed your relationship with how you would like your relationship to answer to you. And nothing goes well if you don't have the higher power in it. I'm telling you, for me, I don't when I was looking for a wife, I didn't ask if she was a Christian. I asked if she was a woman of God. Right? Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
And he leads me to my food, leads me out to eat. When I'm traveling, he tells me where to find the vegan restaurants, where to find the plant-based restaurant. Many says, oh, it's so hard. No, it's not hard. We make it hard because we don't want to do it. So we said, it's hard, so I got to eat it. No, you don't got to do nothing. The devil used food to win over us. The devil is taking us out by using food, and he's the one that living the jolly life when he takes us. Literally, diabetes, what is that? High blood pressure, what is that? High cholesterol, what is it? If you really understand and define it all, you would realize it comes from the food that the government puts on the shelf in the grocery store, and we're not reading it before we eat it. So one of my models is read it before you eat it.
Read it before you eat it.
Read it before you eat it. If you're going to buy a car, you're reading every single thing you want to know. If the transmission works, how many gears, da da da. You want to know everything about this car, how it steers, what's in it. You're so happy. You're like, yeah, this car is nice. But guess what? The temple that working to get the car, we're not reading the food label before we eat it. We're just like pick it up and it's food. No, take it, look at it. If you can't read it, guess what? Back off it. If there's more than 10 ingredients, get away from it. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it.
These are all real gems, and I'm sure many of us are probably aware of a lot of these concepts. But the way that you broke it down makes it hard to forget, hard not to access that information now in that way, in that reasoning. Now that we know better, and they say when you know better, you do better.
Yep.
So, how many of us, like, how many in the chat want to do something better? Want to do? Let's see. Do you have a challenge upcoming or anything?
Yes, putting a challenge together. It's in the working process, but you definitely can connect with me on my Instagram and on my Facebook, and it's Shepherd Fit. And also I have a website, which you can also connect with me at shepherdfit.life. And it's Shepherd in the Bible. I always got to say that. It's SHEPHERDFIT.life. So it's shepherdfit.life.
I'm gonna share my screen here. Let me know if y'all can see my share screen. It might take about 15 seconds or so on the YouTube side, but this is the Instagram, right?
Yep.
So make sure we follow on Instagram. Go ahead. You want to send your DM?
Yes, you can. Send me a DM. Listen, my job is this. The Lord saved lives. I don't save life. I just take his download and help others to win. And I strongly believe that. That's why I'm moving into my passion, my purpose full time, because I believe that I saw so many people died, and friends of mine died last year, that I feel within myself that I could have done something. Even though I go over and over. To even go there like this. Okay. There's things going on in the news that we're not even aware of, right? Lately, and you guys are going to probably pick up on this. Watch this. Do you notice that there's a lot of cardiac arrest deaths been happening over the past 2 years?
Yeah.
Celio or Julio just died. Cardiovascular. He had cardiac arrest, walking cardiac arrest. 2 of my friends died cardiac, and they're young men, right? Now, why is all that start happening all of a sudden? I'm gonna leave you guys to think about that. Just look around, start looking around, saying, "Wait a minute, why is so many people dying from heart attacks lately? What has changed? Something changed. I know the answer, right? And I knew it was gonna happen. And there's 2 people in my family that knows the answer, and it's me and my younger sister. And the moment you say, people started going on and on. But we knew this was gonna happen. Somewhere along the line, we decide to, how would you say it? And you know, so I say we, because I put myself in it, because I got my issues too. We're not willing to do what it takes to get to where we're going. So we're looking for quick fixes. Now you have folks that are running from, remember it was supposed to be 1 shot, right? 1 shot, no more COVID, you were good. Now you got boosters. How many boosters are we gonna get, right? How many booster shots, right? So you say, okay, what's going on? Why don't we just strengthen our immune systems? Why not we make a difference by coming off these things that are bad for us and feed our body what the body needs so we can get the results that we're looking for? So I started asking those questions as I go along. So take a look at where you are today. Honestly, take a look and said, where I'm at and where I'm going, am I going in the right direction? Did this message out of nowhere came to you, not through me, but through God? And it's a reason, a purpose why we're here. So if one person make a change, one person that decide, I am going to make a change today, not a drastic change, because I never want to do it. Because when I started my process, it was an elimination by process. Little by little, start subtracting, extracting things from your life. Little by little. Sometimes you're gonna have to extract people, okay? And start little by little extracting different things out of your life. And you will start feeling little by little better as you go along. And the little by little better, when you start feeling it, you are going to feel good that you want to go full travel, right? So look at where you are today. Start applying good principles to your life. Start eating real food, food that God creates, not food that men make, okay? Genetically modified foods that we're eating, and you will find yourself going in a better place that you can be around for your kids, be around for your husbands, be around for your wife, be around for your grandkids, and to top it off, live a great life that God created you to live.
That stuff right there. That puts things in perspective. I know a lot has been going on lately. A lot of people have been, isolated from the people that they love. We haven't been out of the sun. I haven't been out of the sun. Like my percentage of sunshine is like almost dwindled to nothing because I've been so used to being indoors during this whole pandemic that like I grew about 4 shades lighter, and I can tell the difference when I get in the sun. My energy is different. When I eat the right things, my energy is different. When I sleep like I'm supposed to sleep, energy is different. And I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs, and I think this is a real conversation we need to have as entrepreneurs, we're probably the worst at taking care of ourselves, but we are our greatest asset. Like another company can have 1 million U's in their company and they're still going to survive if they lose you. As entrepreneurs, what happens when we lose us?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's something for you to ponder on. What happens when we lose us? We're chasing the money while our health is falling apart. I mean, Apple. This man is greatest inventor. I mean, he does some great things. But all this time, he's doing so well. I never thought in a million years pay attention to his health. Cancer. If you have a fish tank, right? And if the fish tank goes in acidic, what happened?
Everything in it does.
There you go. Let me repeat that again. That's your mind I'm getting into. If you have a fish tank and the fish tank becomes acidic, what happens? All the fishes die, right? So what happens when our body becomes acidic and come out of alkalinity? We start dying inside slowly. So body alkalinity is very, very, very important. Very important.
I love that. Is there are there any products or things that you offer to help people on their journey to health?
Yes. I have a full line of products. I have a total organ cleanser, total colon cleanser, which the organ cleanser, let me kind of break it down, is cleanse all your organs, your blood, your liver, and then you also comes with 12 juices infused with sea moss. Sea moss became one of the best product out there when COVID came out. Sea moss was something that
I know, right?
Yeah.
And it's been there, but it became so prevalent.
Popular after when COVID came because folks realized how powerful sea moss is and great for the immune system. And all juices are infused with sea moss, right? So what that does, it helps you use that to detox your body, cleanse your system over 72 hours. And you can find it at purerawseamoss.com. Again, it's purerawseamoss.com. And you can also connect with me at shepherdfit@gmail.com. And you can text me, call me at 301-915-5498. And you have any questions about your health, I can do my best to answer it for you. But again, I'm going to take you to the biblical diet. I'm not taking you to the men diet. There's one out there, you eat a bunch of bacon, sausage, fatty food, and it's supposed to be a good diet. I'm going to leave you with this. All that fatty food is putting plaques in your arteries. It may take off the fat, make you look good temporarily, but what's going to happen is your arteries are being clogged.
So is that's specifically like the what is it? The paleo and
Yep,
yeah.
eating a bunch of
You know
fat
what?
food.
I knew something was wrong when I told myself I could have as much bacon as I
As
wanted. That didn't even
bacon.
sound
And,
right.
and the crazy part about it is, look, just to show you what the devil is. I want to show you what the devil is. What is bacon? Pork, right? And what happened when the demons was in the pork, in the pigs, right? What did God do? Cast them out of it, right?
Mhm.
Why did he say not to eat it? He created us and he said, do not eat pork. Do not eat the pig. Pig is cleaning the street. They're nasty. They eat up everything on the floor. But he said not to eat it, right? But guess what we did? We still did it.
Mm.
I used to be there. So I'm not, I was there. I used to love that pork on that half grill in Jamaica. They call it jerk pork.
Uh-huh.
And I used to, after the club, I'd tear
Tear it
that
up.
thing
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, miss it. But no, I can't have it. Right? Because I didn't know better. So
Right.
because I didn't know better, I didn't know to do better. But once I knew better, I started to do better. So now I'm explaining to you the reason why there's things that we shouldn't do, because there's a reason and a purpose for it, not from me, from your creator. The man who created us tell us what to do and what not to do. But we decided to do something else. And that's why we're losing our life at 38, 40, 50, 60. We're young. 50 is young. 60 is young. I'm going to be honest with you. 70 is young. Listen to me. 70 is young. I can show you 72-year-old, 72-year-old woman right now that work or look great, running hills like no tomorrow. At 70 years old, I follow her. 72. She probably look like she's in better shape than I am.
She's not doing that hotel food diet.
No, she's vegan. Chef Barrett. I mean, I looked at her the other day running up a hill in another country. I'm like, lady's 72. She's like, I'm talking about getting it. 72.
And that's how we want to be.
Yes, but we have that choice.
Right. So I'm not sure who I recently heard this from, but the idea was to live your life taking the steps as the person who you want to become. So if you see yourself as that 72-year-old getting it up the hill, then you put into your body today what that person there would do.
Yeah, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
My idols out there is not the average. The average people that I really follow is ladies, because a bodybuilder is, oh man, I'm just gonna take some steroids. I want a shortcut.
Get those muscles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then by the time they get to a certain age, Arnold Schwarzenegger, it looks good. It was like, then you get to a certain age, everything just becomes flab. It's because it's not real.
Right.
So my idol always been more a woman where I see it, like, man, she's doing it. So I follow Chef Beretta because I'm like, man, that's someone what I would like to be like at age 72. Like she's running like that. She's doing push-ups. Skin look clean. She looks young. Like she looks like she's 30 years younger than 70 something. So find your idol, who you think, someone that can, and model that person. Because you need something to look at. I go to Instagram, I'm scrolling like, okay, who can inspire me today? Because believe it, even as a coach, I need inspiration.
So
You inspire me right now.
Rob also say, Rob looks like you can do some inspiring here. We got, hold on, let me show y'all. Rob over here inspiring us. We got workout videos. We got shirts off. Okay for the muscles. And I see that you're also a business partner. Now you said you're getting ready to do this full time.
Yes.
So can you
36 years and I'm walking away from my job.
So you are designing. So the whole premise of this segment is about designing your life. And part of designing your life is you're talking about your health and wellness choices, but you're also talking about how you're going to earn your living.
Yes.
Like literally earn your living.
Yes.
This is what you're going to be doing full time.
Others.
I love
This
it.
is what I've been doing for years, but I couldn't really do it to the best of my ability because I still work a full-time job, 10 hours a day, plus 2 hours traveling.
Right.
So in the midst of not doing my calling, I'm sinning. Honestly, in the midst of
Look
not
at that
doing what
love
God
right
has called me to do, I am sinning, right? So more people are losing their life because of my efforts of not going out there and doing what God has called me to do. So I'm making a decision. I'm going to step out now, and God is going to help me because I'm doing what He asked me to do. As a man of God, He wants me to help His people to be healed, and in sense of bringing His people to Him, because this is not just about working out, looking good. You want to understand that without Him, we are nothing.
Right.
Honestly, without Him, we are nothing. Anything that we have, this is not me. This was He gave me what He gave me so I can utilize it to be a better person.
Amen. That's when you talk about saving lives, that puts it all in perspective. It's not a joke. This is your purpose, your calling, and doing anything but that is a disservice to humanity. I see that. I see it. I see it in everything that you do. Even the things you get upset about, it's like you're not getting upset about. Like why are people waking up early in the morning? What are they doing with their lives? I'm like, you should be on live and putting all this energy out in the world, letting people know how mad you are at us. Because I definitely, actually, I got up early this morning, but normally it is not.
You gotta get up. As an entrepreneur, you gotta get up early.
Gotta get up early, and as an entrepreneur and as a principal. The principle. And I love what you said earlier when you say, like, if you would change what you do, your principle based on money, then it's not a principle. I love it. Like, and then you meant to, hey, I'll eat the chocolate cake, but if I say I'm not going to drink soda for $1,000, then I'm not going to drink soda for $1 million. That's principle. And that's how we should live our lives. Absolutely. Well, I would love to have you on again formally.
Please. I am
like when you get ready to do your challenge, I would love for you to come on with us and invite us on the journey with us, with you. In the meantime, we got your Instagram. I see you have a link tree here too. Okay, so this is how we can get to the website here, y'all. Like, check it out. And you have your holistic products as well that you can try.
That's what I create.
So I would like to see that challenge soon, because I would like to do this. I would like to do the 72-hour cleanse together. And if y'all want to do it together, we can make this.
I'm going to do it myself. I got to get this hotel food out of here.
Let's go. Let's do it. So as soon as you come up with that date, we're gonna lock in with you. Is that a deal?
Got a deal.
All right. So listen, I also have a very special guest that's going to talk to us about the. Wait just a second. Did we get all your information?
Yes.
Okay. So before we bring on our next guest, I want to make sure that we say thank you. We give our flowers, right? Because we want to show gratitude for the time and energy that people are taking to pour into us. Okay, so let's see some flowers, let's see some fire, let's see some gems. Like, let me know how you feel about the information that you just received. Oh yeah, Epsom salt. So go ahead and DM Rob or Shepherd Fit, DM Shepherd Fit, and ask them what the amounts are, the measurements for that.
I would take care of that with you.
Yeah.
Yep, because that's going to be a part of the cleanse, just a full cleanse.
There you go. Perfect. So thank you so much, Rob. We appreciate it. We look forward to having you back on and getting, because we need this. This is going to have to be a consistent thing that we do. So we're going to have to bring this motivation back.
This is the way we're going to reach folks. And if it's one life change, guess what? That's a whole lot for me.
That's a lot, yeah.
Because that one life will move to another. Because once you do one, it's like a trickle-down effect.
Yep. Only takes one. All right. So thank you so much, Rob.
You're welcome.
You're welcome to hang out. See, we're about to get into government contracting.
Yes.
Maybe we can use some government contracting to figure out how to get people healthy and fit.
Yes.
On the government dime. All right. So our next guest, y'all, is amazing human being as well. I'm only going to bring y'all amazing human beings. Is that okay? Is that all right if I only bring y'all amazing spirits and human beings? Okay, so let's get into a little bit of information that could really change situations. Now, I titled this one, it's actually a question, and I would love to ask this question to see, is it at all possible for small businesses to earn six figures utilizing government contracts? If you would like to know that information, before I bring her on, I need to see y'all in the chat tell me that you want this information. Let's see if we can get y'all. And if you want this information, go ahead and share this video, y'all. Share this video, because it is completely selfish of us to keep this information to ourselves. If this is really information that can change situations, we need to be doing this in herds, in droves, in groups. We need to be doing this for the community, to the community. Okay. I see y'all saying y'all want to go ahead and share the video. Share it, like it, subscribe, all of that good stuff. This is something I've been interested in since I heard my dad talking about this when I was little. And I was like, nah, that doesn't exist. But baby, from what I'm hearing, not only does it exist, it is a viable way to even earn part-time income. Okay? Now let me know, can y'all hear me okay, or do we need to move because it's a little noisy? Can y'all hear me okay? And we may need to. Yeah, it's like no.
Yeah. I wasn't worried about it. Is it gonna be? Would you have to just move it? Okay, yeah, let's move.
Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move so we don't have the background distraction, and I want, while we're moving, make sure that y'all share the video. Hopefully we don't lose internet connection, okay? But if so, we'll come right back, all right? So this is what I need y'all to do. Make sure that you share the video because this is going to be an important conversation we have. I'm picking up my whole computer, my whole life right now and moving it. Yes, I understand. Anyways, this is Innate Lab. On Innate Lab. Did you get I think I sent you an image too. So StreamYard is where you go, but I think I sent you the image attachment and it has the Innate Lab at the bottom. All right, so like I said, yeah, we're gonna move just for y'all so y'all get this information in its entirety. But while we're moving, y'all make it do what it do and share this video, okay? I'm gonna see how many shares we get. I might have a surprise for y'all if we share. We might have a challenge for this coming up, talking about government contracting, and we might be able to get this information in. All right, so I'm going to move this thing. So you all, if y'all see ceilings and floors and everything else, it's just because we are making a little move. Oh, as a matter of fact, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna take my camera off and I'm gonna put on my little video so y'all can watch. Brought to you by the Buddy, the Automizer, and the templates. All right, so hold on just a second, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and play my little video. There we go. Hey, loves. We're outside now.
Hey, y'all.
I got somebody for y'all. So I'm gonna let you do the honors because they have been anticipating this all day. I've been, oh my gosh, are we still gonna do the live? Listen,
Okay.
so tell people who you are, what you do, and I'm gonna let you take it from here. I'm just gonna ask a few questions if that's okay.
No, it's good. It's good.
Good.
Hey, how are you all? Is it primarily women or what?
We're mostly ladies. We have some gentlemen that.
Okay, ladies and
represent.
gentlemen, representing. I am Karwana D, guys. I'm a government contract strategist. Dr. Karwana D. In fact, I just recently got my doctorate degree. Became the first certified a small business government contractor in the world. So I just made history this past week.
Wait.
Yes,
no, we're not just gonna blaze past that. So we're gonna slow this down.
Okay.
You just got your PhD.
I just got my PhD.
Congratulations.
So I'm officially Dr. Karwana D, government contract strategist, the first ever in the world to specialize in government contracting for small businesses. And so that's my area of philosophy. And I help entrepreneurs who are small professional-based business owners learn how to create generational wealth by leveraging government contracts. Well, what does that mean? I'm glad you asked. Well, for some of you, maybe you've heard of contracting with the government, maybe you have not. But here's the thing. If you have not known this, I'm going to share with you that did you know that the U.S. federal government spends multiple trillions of dollars every single year on business products and services? In fact, they spend it on the very services that you provide. And I know from what I hear, a lot of you are graphic designers. Yes. You sell T-shirts and products and things of that nature. Well, the government buys trillions of dollars worth of that stuff every single year. In fact, the U.S. federal government just in 2020 alone spent upwards of $10 trillion. And guess what? Y'all may want to lean in for this. 26% of that is obligated to go to small businesses. That's women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, and those businesses who are at a disadvantage. So if you've been stuck at $80,000, maybe $100,000 years, you land one contract, it will be worth multiple six figures or even $1 million, depending on that contract. And so I'm just here to elevate your information, the information that you have, so you can know how to go get your money, because they definitely have that money for you.
Wow. Now, so we can't blaze past any of this. This is all phenomenal information that could really, I'm glad we got out of the noisy environment because we needed to hear every bit of this.
Can y'all hear me? I just want to make sure y'all can hear us.
Let's make sure.
Can y'all hear us out here? Because it says, somebody said that. And I see it. Let me just check the audio really quick. Test one. Yep, we got audio. So it's probably just audio. Yep. It's a little bit noisy outside. It is. So we'll just try to speak up a little bit louder. So let me know if you can hear. We'll just try to speak a little bit louder. I know it's a little bit of overhead music there. Nothing we can do unless you want to go back inside. So
we might be able to because our distractions just.
We can go inside. Y'all let us know. Because we definitely want to make sure that you hear the information that can really literally transform and change your life, right? So we definitely want to make sure you can hear us. So
Patricia says yes, you can hear. Okay,
you can hear. Okay, good.
Good deal.
So cool.
Well, awesome. So in this space, can you tell us a little bit your background? How you even came on? Like you said, you're the first in this space.
Yeah.
What made you go into this space?
So so 20 years. So I'm a 20 plus year vet in business. 20 years ago, I was actually trying to figure out how to take my business off the ground, like literally build it off the ground. Like I walked away from corporate America because I did not want to work for a company that did not allow me to use all of my skills and my gifts, right? But for the most part, I got sick and tired of having to ask to get off, having to ask to stay home sick, having to ask to go spend time with my children, which at that time I only had like one baby, but I was missing out on my baby's first steps, my baby's first words, because I had to work for somebody else. So that's why I started my business in the first place. But like most entrepreneurs, I learned business from school and from the books and the traditional way. So I thought I had to build it up from like getting a startup loan, which I couldn't qualify for because my credit was shot. I thought I had to build it from chasing a whole bunch of customers and showing up to networking events and going to vendor shows and all those different things. So 5 years into my business, I was still broke, right? And I'm like, I thought that business is supposed to put you in a whole nother bracket, right? I thought that business was the way to financial freedom and all these other things, but why am I struggling? So I started asking a lot of the right questions, and what I realized is that I was just selling wrong, right? Everything that we've been taught, like a lot of things in life, everything that we've been taught, we've been programmed to believe a certain thing about, especially in business, a certain thing about business, but nobody ever tells you, and I have a degree in business, nobody ever told me that your customer matters, the type of customers that you go after. And so when I was building the business, they're like, what is your business plan? Who's your target market? Right. Have you guys, when you started your business, like, did anybody ask you who is your target market? Right. And the way that we were taught to identify a target market is the demographics of whether it's a woman or a man, if they're married, or what type of income they have, or what region are they in, and what are their pain points. Like, we've been taught to speak about our audience from that perspective. However, in no book, in no school, in no higher institution do they say that the government also does business with small businesses, right? And in fact, one contract. So let me tell you, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Let the plane pass. I'm gonna slow down and get a little bit, because I get excited when I look back and think about how far I've come and evolved, and especially how I came into this market of government contracting. Now, when I was struggling, chasing customers and all those things, scratching my head, trying to figure out, well, how can I survive off my business and not have to go back and work for somebody else, right? I was barely making about $20,000 to $30,000 a year, working 50 to 60 hours a week, overtime. Most of that time I spent chasing customers. I spent more time chasing customers than I did making money, right? And to me, that was backwards. So I felt like, if I didn't have the money, I didn't have the credit, how do I get ahead? If I didn't have the money to invest in advertising, how am I going to get ahead? If I don't have enough customers that's willing to do business with me, how am I going to ever get out of this rut, right? What I learned was that now one contract, when I learned about government contracts and the things that I just shared with you, like, they're obligated. Like, it's not, this is something I want to do, right? It's just something I'm just going to do today, right? They're obligated to spend with small businesses. One contract replaced what I was working in corporate America, right? I was working in corporate America, making $90,000 a year, working 40-hour work weeks and overtime, but missing out on life. One contract for 28 days replaced that income. So, well, I'm gonna say that again. One month replaced my 1 year income working for somebody else. Okay. So what I was making in a year, I was able to make in a month with a contract, right? For 28 days. Now, mind you, what I was selling was creative work, just like a lot of things like photography, video production, graphic design. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Video production, graphic design. I was selling that in business, right? And so when this contract, the first contract was just photography services. So we're talking about 2 hours on the spot for 28 days. That's 56 hours. That's 1 week of work for $70,000-$80,000.
So
1 week of work.
28 days to do it, but it only was a week's worth of work.
It was a week worth of work spread out over a 28-day period. So every day, over those 28 days, I was 2 hours on the job. Hello, somebody.
Matter of fact, I might let go of the little community. Y'all might see me gone for about 28 days.
So you can figure this out. Okay? Yeah. So then I got to scratching my head, and that's when I realized that what I had learned in school, and I still have student loans that I'm paying off to this day, to learn a lie.
Woo, tell me about
to learn a lie, and to learn about a system that did not work and does not work, right? And I accidentally discovered government contracting, and I accidentally discovered the rules, right? If you look up the Small Business Act of America, they will tell you a percentage of all of their spend. Well, how much are they spending? Trillions of dollars. Most people don't even know how to say millions or billions or however, but we're talking about trillions of dollars. A percentage of that has to go to you, right? That means they got your money. So I went knocking on their door. Hello. That woman-owned business that you say you have set aside for me, those contracts, I want it. You're buying photography services? Yeah. You need graphic design and logos and all that stuff? I need a piece of that pie because you said you had it for me. Here's the law that governs that, right? And that literally changed my life. And so I went from one contract to, and here's the deal. Is there a limitation? No. Do you have to pay it back? No, it's not a grant. It's money. They're clients. Just like you got your clients right now that you're selling graphic design and you're selling t-shirts and stuff to, the government buys that stuff. However, they buy it in bulk. Okay? They buy it in bulk. And so I started landing multiple contracts simultaneously. So it was a $70,000, an $80,000, a $100,000, a $65,000 contract stacked on top of each other. Before I knew it, this girl who was making $30,000 a year chasing the wrong customer is now making multiple six figures in a month with one customer. Their pockets run deep and they write big checks. And not only are they obligated, but they are looking, actively seeking women-owned, minority-owned, small businesses, disadvantaged businesses, service-disabled businesses. They're seeking that, right? But you don't know what you don't know until you know it.
Woo! Y'all listen, we're not, I'm not going any further unless we can say some thank yous. We drop some gems, drop some fire in the chat. Let us know, is this information at all intriguing? Is it helpful? Like, let us know, because we need to know how to continue this conversation right now, because my mind is blown. I've heard about this, but my dad worked for the federal prison. And my dad was my first mentor, but I used to roll my eyes. The same things that Myron Golden, so she's in Myron Golden's mentorship with me, just so you know, right? So my dad would tell me these things growing up, and I used to roll my eyes because I was like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, this isn't real. Yeah. He was like, their government contracts to change out light bulbs.
Yep.
$1 million contracts to change out light bulbs.
Absolutely.
He said, you don't go out there and get you some contracts. I was like, but Daddy, I don't have the staff and I don't have the machines. He's like, you think if they gave you $1 million contract, you wouldn't find the staff, find the machines?
Yes.
I never looked into it.
Yes.
I never saw, and this is why representation is so important.
Mm-hmm.
This is why information is so important. This is why coaching is so important, because to even know, like for my dad to have access to that information, and I didn't believe it because I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
This is right in front of you right now, literally a living legend. Like, you having been the first person in the space and you're sharing this information. You weren't the first person who was like, yeah, hold up, I'm gonna keep all these multiple nuggets, 6 figures a month nuggets to myself.
Yeah.
You're sharing this with
people. So I'm actually I'm the first doctor of government contracting in this space.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, the first, especially black woman, doctor, PhD in business in this particular space.
Wow. Wow. So that means you have the academic background.
Yeah.
You have the entrepreneurial background, because you had to go seek this information. You had to go create this information, essentially.
Yeah. So like initially, I mean, because there's no Bible about government contracting. There was no blueprint. There's no blueprint. So a lot of times when people are looking for information, the first place they go to is Google. So they're Googling information, and you have a lot of disconnected information all over the place, right? There was no strategy. And so for me, I tried to do all those things. And I'm like, none of this stuff makes sense. It doesn't connect. There is is there a do this, then do that, right? And so how I learned I just learned by trial and error. I made a bunch of mistakes, and then I tracked that, and then I made more mistakes, and I tracked that, and I was trying to figure out, well, why am I not getting these contracts? And then I say, let me try this, right? And I did it, and I accidentally landed a contract, and actually, when I landed it, I thought it was a mistake. So I was like, let me hurry up and go cash this check before they change their mind or figure out they made a mistake somewhere. But it wasn't a mistake.
Right.
I figured out, I broke the code. And so I went back and said, okay, this is what I did. Because I measured and marked and just kind of like wrote out all the steps that I took. And I'm like, okay, let me do this exact same thing, right? Success leaves clues. And there's always a blueprint. If you did it once, you can do it twice. You can do it multiple times over. And so I did it again. And that's how I started landing contracts simultaneously. And I was like, oh, there's no limit, right? So I'm just like, okay, so let me write these steps out and see if I can show somebody else who's never heard of it, who's never done it before, how to do this. And so I did that, right? And then this person landed her first contract. And now we have people who are in the space who are just like, I'm chasing customers. I'm barely making ends meet, but they're making money in their business, but they're stuck at maybe 6 figures, or they're stuck at like right before the 6-figure mark.
Right.
Land the first contract $750,000. Land the first contract $250,000. That's $250,000. Like most people just are happy if they make $100,000. If that, and that's big dreams for them. But to land one contract and in anything, like the government buys everything literally, like $250,000, that's life changing, right?
Absolutely.
And that's just one. So this is something that you can do over and over, however many times, however big you want to grow, all this stuff. Yeah.
That's amazing. So essentially what we could be doing right now that we do on a regular basis, we could take those same high-level skills and talents.
Yep. And land the government as your client. In fact, let me give you an example, a few examples. So I normally do like on my YouTube channel, I do like, here's some things that the government buys. Here's some things that you can do or start, some businesses you can start and sell to the government, right? Mm-hmm. So some of those things includes like, I have a client that I showed her she sells wigs. Mm-hmm. I showed her how to sell wigs to the government.
The government out here buying lace
to the government.
What?
So, and yes, wigs to the government. So they buy paper clips. They buy, what do you call those? Sticky notes. They buy, what you're saying, light bulbs, installation. So everything from products to services. Mm-hmm. Yes, they buy T-shirts as well, because I know a lot of you do that. Mm-hmm. They buy T-shirts. So they'll give you a contract, right? Whether it's a $50,000, $10,000, $100,000, whatever that contract, and they'll say, "Hey, I want you to put our government agency logo on these T-shirts and press me up 1 million of them," because the size is they buy in bulk, right? And so that's life changing. That's greater than, I'm gonna sell 5 T-shirts to this person, or I'm gonna sell 1 T-shirt to that person, or whatever. It's big, right? So just one contract will literally change your life. And so the reason why, as I grew, like initially I was like, oh, we can make a whole lot of money. Mm-hmm. And then I started getting smart. It was like, oh, you know what? We can break generational curses.
Wow, we can
create wealth with government contracts. Because most people cannot get in the game to buy real estate,
right?
To buy a house, to buy a piece of land, to buy assets like art, to buy nobody can get, most middle class people can't get in the game because they're busy paying bills. Now, when you have cash flow injections like the government, now you have so much money, right? Now you have so much money coming in that now you're in the game to be able to make your money make money. It's wealth. It's wealth creation. Now you have enough money to go maybe buy a couple apartment buildings, right? And every month your money is making money, right? Now you have passive income coming. Now you have money to go buy some gold bars that sit and accumulate in assets and stuff over time, right? Now you're in the wealth creation. This is where you set up. Now this is where it makes sense. If you broke, like literally, if you're broke, you should not have no type of this. You shouldn't be thinking about setting up an estate in a will, because you ain't got nothing to pass down, right? But now when you get in this game and you have wealth, you're creating wealth. Now you're talking about portfolios, like you're having different type of conversation. You're talking about protecting your assets. You're talking about creating more assets. You're talking about creating, investing in things. You're talking about now let me set up my legacy and my trust that I can pass down from generation to generation. And guess who's paying for it? The government.
The government. Listen, you couldn't even say government.
The government.
So this is a game changer. This is eye-opening. And y'all know what? We have a freaking community. If the government said they needed 1 million shirts, there are 4,000 of us that can pull together and source that and make this work.
Yes.
Do y'all see that? Do you see the power that you really have, like you individually have, and us as a community that we have right now?
Absolutely.
This is phenomenal.
Let me tell you something. So I know, because you work with graphic designers too, right?
Yes.
So let me tell you something. I know nothing about graphic design. Mm-hmm. I say I know nothing about graphic design. Mm-hmm. However, when I started photography and video production, and then one of the agencies, the local city agencies, because you get contracts from all of your local city agencies, all your state agencies, and all your federal agencies. So one of the local city agencies was looking for someone to create a logo for them. I'm like, I don't know how to do it, but I will figure it out.
I know I'll figure it out.
I figured it out. I created a logo
Uh-huh.
for it was like a low. They had a police department. This was like during the George Floyd thing,
Mhm.
and they were like creating these police accountability departments. So I created the logo for the local in California, local San Francisco police accountability department. I created their brochure, and then they put their logo on their T-shirts, and I got paid to do something that I'm no expert in.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Man, come on. So there's no excuse not to get into this.
There is no excuse not to get in this. It's just like you have to. Once you know this information, you have to position yourself, right?
I can't unlearn this now. Like my brain cannot go back to what it was before we had this conversation.
Yeah.
It has been expanded. I hope your minds are blown and your minds are expanded as well. And I hope that we take advantage of this information opportunity, because too many times we bring this information for free.
Yeah.
We get on here, we talk for hours about what we know we need to do, what we know we can do, and we're not taking action. So I need us to be about that action. Yeah. So I think you have a challenge coming up, correct?
Absolutely.
So tell us a little about what does the challenge entail? Okay. Like when is it and what are we gonna do?
No, that's good. So again, like when I first started doing business with the government, there was no me who was willing to share information with other people and show them the ropes and take them and break it down step by step, because it's a whole new world, right, to most people, and it can be overwhelming. You can easily get discouraged, right, if you don't understand the process. You have to have a system and a blueprint in order to really succeed in this. And so I created a challenge for that very purpose, to show people what it takes. Like, what do you need to have to pre-qualify to do business with the government? Because if you're most small businesses, and this is what I know to be true because I was one of them, most small businesses, they're disorganized. They don't really know that your business is blocking, like the way you have your business foundation set up, because foundation is everything, you guys. Amen. The way your business foundation is set up is keeping you from getting those yeses on not even just government contracting, but on loans and lending and grants and all those different things. Right. So it all starts with the foundation. And so in the challenge, I show you, here's the real business foundation that will open up opportunities for you to start the wealth creation, right? And here's what the government buys, and here's how much they spend on it. Here's the agencies you need to be, going after, because they have money for you, right? And so I help people step by step in clear steps, right? Take action to get pre-qualified. So at the end, you will be pre-qualified to actually sell to the government, and you'll know exactly what you need to do.
So we're actually going to do some work.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're
going to
get
something done. Yeah. See, my crew, we in our challenges, we actually do work, and we get something done by the end of the challenge. We have a completed project. Yeah. So we have work done. That means we can get started. I tell you what I'll do. I put the link up on the screen for the challenge. Yeah. If you use this exact link, and I get that you did this, what I'll guarantee that we'll do a project. I'll do a template for one of my classes. Okay. We'll do a project that can gear towards one of these contracts out. Yeah. And then that way we get real experience actually performing what needs to be done.
Heck yeah.
If it's an example that we need to show, if we need to have a website, whatever needs to be done, you tell me basically during the challenge. I'm going to do the challenge too, y'all. So I'm going to know what we need. So I'm going to pick out of that something I know people don't have, like if it requires us to have a website or have an EIN, whatever we don't have. Yeah. And by the end of this thing,
you'll have it. You'll have everything.
I'll make sure we do a bonus day.
Yeah. Okay.
So that we can basically be in the position, because what we need some testimonials out of this group, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
We need some of us saying, you know what, it's real. I got this 6-figure contract, or I have a 6-figure. Some of you just having a 6-figure year will be your first ever. Most of you. And this will be a phenomenal opportunity to get the kickstart, to get the equipment. Y'all say y'all want equipment. We're out here, begging people for loans and stuff. And this time they don't want to give anybody credit.
One contract.
Don't worry about the credit. Get the cash.
And you know what?
Bills,
it's crazy that you say that, because that's how I was able to get the equipment for my business. Like, because I got the contract first, and then I started buying cameras and equipment and stuff like that.
Don't tell us to move.
And for those who are like service based, there is nothing to buy. You're just doing the service.
That's it. So this is an opportunity for us to get something done. When is the challenge start?
So it's on Monday. So it starts on Monday.
Right around the corner. Yep, so we need to get in there, y'all. Get in there tonight. Now, if there's an option to do a VIP, is there an option?
There's an option to do VIP. So it's $97 for the challenge. And let me tell you, So normally in the past, this particular challenge have sold for $1,000, right?
Wow.
It's sold for $1,000, but in the challenge, you will get more than what most people have paid $3,000 to $5,000 for in other courses and programs. But I try to make it like accessible because I think that more people need to hear about it. They need to know about it. They need to get in position and get pre-qualified to literally change their life. Because we're out here doing fundraiser campaigns for this and loans for that, and then we have funerals and you can't, and we're doing chicken sales and all this stuff. Well, we have to look at the money that's in our backyard because literally it's right there in your backyard. And as an example, when you're driving down the street, this is how powerful government contracting is, and this is how much like blinded we are as people. When you're driving down the street, the very street that you're driving on, when you come to a stop sign, a small business owner was given that contract to put that stop sign there. That means they made millions of dollars just to put a stop sign there, right? Now when you're driving down, you go through like the bus stops. And sometimes the bus stops have like displays for advertising. A marketing communications advertising firm, a percentage of that contract have to go to a small business, right? Locally. Even down the street, like when you see them doing excavation or digging up the streets, a small business had to be on that project. Like that's how powerful it is. Wow. So there's so much money that's everywhere around us, right? But we just don't know that it's there. But the government, they definitely have contracting opportunities all the time. And all you have to do is really just get in position because they're already saying that, in fact, when you see the news, like what happens when there's things like that are hurricanes or like, just like
the cleanup.
Right. That it's the government. It becomes a contract. It becomes a contract. So for instance,
they be overcharging during those times and like limited resources.
Limited resources. So man. Every opportunity, everything is always an opportunity. So say for instance, right now, we just went through COVID. There's a 16-year-old during the onset of COVID that got rich off government contracts. He saw the movie War Dogs, which it talks about government contracting.
So we need to watch that movie so we can get inspired for the challenge. Everybody watch War Dogs. That's your homework tonight.
And then he sold hand sanitizers and masks to the government, right?
That's where that story came from. He watched the movie and
he watched the movie.
The government
he
contract.
sold hand sanitizers and masks. So in Florida, where we are, there's a disaster, right, from the hurricane. Well, people who have food businesses, cleaning businesses, janitorial, like all different types of things. Plus, and then when it comes to like creative things like photography and graphic design and all that, that's all a part of the marketing and the storytelling that goes behind, that's needed to rebuild and beautify. Even artists can get government contracts.
That's phenomenal. I can't even say it's crazy because that makes it seem like it's unreal. Like this is real. Yeah,
it's real. It's so real that it's just like every day I scratch my head. I'm like, and I really start thinking about the very first time that I realized that we don't know everything was, and then a lot of things that we were told and taught is not true. Was when I went to college and I discovered by higher education that Christopher Columbus really didn't discover America. That was my first aha moment. Right. And so this was the second biggest aha moment in my life when I discovered that the government is obligated to spend money with small businesses. Right. And so I'm like, really? Like when you think about government contract, you're thinking war weapons, airplanes, you're thinking of like gasoline, you're thinking about all those things. You're not thinking that you can sell wigs to the government. Right. You're not thinking about that, right? And then we're told that your avatar or your target market is women and minorities in a certain bracket. Right. Certain they have children, they went to college and they have this income. Right. That's your client, but it's not the client that's going to give you consistent, sustainable income, right?
You're talking about lifetime value of a customer?
Yes.
Lifetime value of a customer usually somewhere like $300, $150. The lifetime value of this customer could be millions of dollars.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like this is mind blowing to me. Like I'm getting off of here and I'm doing some homework. I'm watching War Dogs. I'm watching War Dogs. Yeah. You know what we may do because it's running late, Nick? We may reschedule class for tomorrow. So what I want y'all to do for class tonight is watch more dogs, because I know it's getting late, and Coach Chrissy's probably like, you know what, Shannon, you know I'm the one that got to teach this class. So Coach Chrissy's here. Coach Chrissy just bought. Coach Chrissy says, purchase done. VIP done, son.
Yes. Awesome.
Yes, that's the difference between customers and clients. Absolutely.
Yes.
So we have the opportunity to have some high level clients, some high paying clients, and I'm definitely going to see through this challenge, because this is not only a way that we can help ourselves, it's a way we can really help our communities.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I see this being a big project. Like, we can make the news with this type of project.
I'm just saying, like, so hear me on this. So I grew up in the inner city.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that goes on. I don't know how many of you are out here, grew up in urban communities and all that, but things that we face, like bad education systems.
Correct.
We can't do nothing about it.
Right.
Gentrification. We haven't been in a position to do anything about it.
Absolutely.
Businesses closing down. We haven't been able to be in a position to do anything about it. Blight and all those things that are in our community. Now, when you have a business, most entrepreneurs don't know how powerful that is. You can become the change maker because your business allows you the ability to have unlimited potential income.
Yes.
So all those things that matter to you, that you're watching, you're like, oh, this blight and all this stuff on the news, how can I contribute? Well, you get a contract with the government, and now you could become a philanthropist. You don't have to do fundraisers to do that. You can go back and buy the black bag, because now you have a $1 million contract. And even for like those who are in like the t-shirt, clothing, apparel space, like they have contracts for uniforms that are like $500,000 and beyond.
And I did see that.
$500,000.
Yeah, I did see
for
that.
Uniforms, right? Clothes is clothes. A t-shirt to add the pants, it's a uniform, right? And so it's like, it don't matter. So it's like, you have to think beyond your business. Your business, you have to be a purpose-driven business, a purpose-driven entrepreneur. Now, how can I step into my purpose as an entrepreneur and be able to serve my community on a higher level? Well, first, I have to be able to create wealth. In order to create wealth, you have to be doing business with the right entities, right? There's all these business models, B2B, that's business to business. There's B2C, business to community. Nobody talks about the B2G. The B2G will give you the freedom and the ability to go back and serve your community and to contribute to your community. But not only that, contribute to your own legacy.
Listen, you have said enough to not only make me like want to do this, but make me feel like it is my duty to do this now. Like, if I don't do this, I'm doing a disservice to my community, to my family, for my legacy. And one thing that I think that we are all here to do is to live life by design. And that's why this entire segment is Design Your Life.
You see that? Listen, so Stacia's my online business coach. That is my quote. Live life by design.
Are you serious?
I promise you, live life by design and not by default. That means everything that you do has to be strategic. It has to be purpose driven. It has to be intentional. All those.
And you know
things.
what? Here's my other expression is I say lead with passion and purpose, and the profit will follow.
Yes.
So we talked about purpose, passion. You got passion for your community.
Yes.
You got purpose in what it is that you're doing and defining that with legacy. Then the profit is gonna follow. That profit is looking like it's following. It's heavy. It's following like a wagon you dragging.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
Listen, this is information. If we don't put it to use, if we don't show that this is something that we can do to control our future, then I don't know what we're going to do. Like, this is a way to turn our creativity into currency. Because my goal is to help our community turn our creativity into currency. Because our creativity is currency. We just have to find a way to materialize it, to monetize it. Like YouTube says, let's monetize it, right? Yeah. We need to monetize our creativity.
Absolutely.
And this is precisely a way to do it. And even if it's not the cool, fun fashion project you were looking for, now you got the funds to go host the whole fashion show, to start a whole fashion line if you want to go support a community and go out to the community and get the kids in the community to create a fashion line. I don't care what you do. If that's your passion, let's figure out a way to fund these passions.
That's right.
I love this. So I have the link up here. I hope you all are taking advantage of this, because this is going to be taking place on Monday. That's only a few days away. Yes. We need to get ourselves prepared to make sure that we're doing this. This is gonna change some lives. What do you think?
Yeah, it will definitely change a life.
This is going to change our lives. It's going to change the lives of our children, the people in our community. This is going to give us
Absolutely.
leverage. We talk so much about leverage.
Yes.
Now let me ask you, just in your life, what you've invested in yourself, because I heard you talk about investing in yourself. Investing in yourself, what is that worth to you?
What is it worth?
Yeah, what is it worth? Like the value
Everything.
is
Everything.
Not it's worth about $5 million. Like it's worth everything.
It's like literally I would not be where I am in the place that I am if I had not learned to invest in myself. And hear me when I say this. I used to be the person that I'm not spending no money on
the cheaper people. I was the freeple people
and the cheaper people. I'm not spending no money on it. I'm going, if I had to pay for somebody to do it, I'm gonna learn how to do it myself, right? Which took a whole lot of time.
Right. You're paying for it in time.
I lost money. I lost money because I'm spending a whole lot of time trying to learn something that I don't know nothing about, right? And so it wasn't until it was one time that I was at I used to go to a lot of vending shows and like business expos and stuff like that. And there's the vendors that are like, buy this, it'll help you expose your business.
Right.
I do it manually.
Right.
That type of thing. That's who I was, right? But it was
sounds like a lot of us in here. We have this disease called I can do that. I can do that.
I just do it myself. I'm gonna save my point. But it wasn't until I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do it myself. I'm gonna pay somebody who's an expert to do it.
Right.
That the first time I did that, it was a small investment. It was like maybe like $300. The first investment was like $300. It brought me $10,000. Right. The second investment was $10,000. It bought me $200,000. The next investment was $50,000. It bought me $500,000. And I was like, you know what? That principle in the Bible that says, "Give and it shall be given unto you."
Ooh.
Press down, shake it together, and run it over. It's a principle. You have to give. Money is a currency. If you're holding on to it, that means it's dead. Be it money is like a tree, right? You got to be a tree that's planted by the rivers of living water. What does living water do? It flows. If it's standing still, that means it's dead. Money is the same thing as water. If it's standing still, it's dead. It's not going to grow for you. It's not going to bring you no return on your investment because you're not investing anything. You want to reap the harvest, you have to sow the seed.
I know that's right.
You have to, right? And so for me now, it's like wherever I feel like I want to get, if it's going to cost me however much to invest in a coach to show me how to do it, I'm willing to do it. I have to do it, right? Because I know that and look, faith without works is dead, right? I know that by investing in myself, I have the faith that it's going to happen, right? Whatever that thing is. But I also know that I have to do the work to make it manifest.
Amen.
You have to do the work.
Yes. That's it. That's power right there, y'all. Like, I'm in my mind just calculating all the ways in which this information today has really been blessings. Like these words have been blessings to our lives and what we can do to literally change our trajectory. Now, some of us may be on the right path, but if we have an accelerated path, a proven path, a blueprint, then why wouldn't we pay and invest in ourselves so that we can implement this and have not just faster results, because faster is not always good. Faster and better. That means more efficient. That means we're hitting the target every time instead of we shooting and throwing and seeing what sticks to the wall. That works sometimes. Y'all, honestly, it worked for me, but only up until a certain degree. You can get your first 6 figures just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, right? Yeah. But once you get to that level where you really want to scale, you want to grow, you want to be strategic about what you're doing, you want to be principled in what you're doing. Like you want to have rules, you want to have like guidelines that you follow that you just know you're on the right path. Exactly. And this is directly how to do that. So my goal is to bring you this great information, to bring you quality people with quality information that is looking to not just, and here's the thing, everybody that I bring to you, it's not about the money, it's about the impact. If you notice, everybody's talking about community, everybody's talking about a life they want to save, everybody's talking about saving your life and your energy and your time so that you can pour more into your family, you can pour more into your kids and your community. Absolutely. Like this is what we're about. So yes, the wealth is going to definitely help that, and we use wealth as a tool, y'all. It is just a tool. You can create money with your minds and you can put it right here in your hand. And that's what I've come to realize. Our creativity is currency. Nothing was ever created. No money was ever made without creativity first. We are creators, and we have to start standing in that and making sure that we're protecting that and that we're really developing that, because that's how we show God that we really appreciate and we have gratitude for the ability to create. Okay, so is that? Well, I'm going to ask you. You just got a reward recently, right?
Yes.
Can we talk about this award that you just got?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Congratulations, by the way. Another congratulations. You got the PhD.
Thank you.
You got this program, and now you have this award that you're gonna crush soon anyway. But let's tell them what the award is today.
Yeah. So the awards and like all the things that I'm being currently blessed with right now came from just years of pouring into myself, investing in myself, and doing the work, and being willing to do
years. This isn't a quick.
Yeah.
This didn't happen overnight.
And being willing to do what other people won't do, so that I can have the results that other people don't have.
Yes.
And so yesterday, a couple days ago.
Yes.
It was yesterday.
It was just yesterday. Like everything's been going.
So fast. Like so, I was just actually I received an award for having a 6-figure day. Right.
We got to slow down for a second.
Okay.
A six-figure day looks like at least $100,000.
Yeah.
In 24 hours.
Yeah. So most people, especially small business entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs in general, most people think or are happy to get to a 6-figure year. Like, if I can make a 6-figure year, then I'm good. I'm dang near rich. Right. That's how you feel.
Right.
Until you understand the power and the tools that you really have in your hand when you are an entrepreneur. You are so much more powerful than you believe or that you even know.
Yes.
But sometimes it takes other people to pull that out of you, right? So that you can really see, you playing small.
What?
So I had never, until I invested in coaches that showed me outside, like you can make what you're planning to make in a quarter or a year, you can make in a day. What? Say what?
A day.
You say what? So, and so I took their blueprint and I put it into action, did the work, right? And I made $350,000 in a single day. Now, most entrepreneurs don't even hit that in a year. They don't even hit it in 2 years or combined in a 5-year period, right? In a day. And so the rooms that we're in, the spaces that we're in, because we've invested to be in those rooms. There are people that are making millions of dollars in a day. And my next goal, before the year is out, I will have my $1 million day. Yes, I will. I already know it. I'm manifesting it.
Yes.
I'm doing the work, and I already know the numbers. Well, you got to get that good at your business so you have to where you have predictable income. Right. That's how good I've gotten just by studying and doing the work.
That's it.
The $1 million day is coming.
$1 million day is coming. So, if we want to grab some information from a source that's going to have a $1 million day, and I'm thinking this $1 million day is not just about it. This $1 million day is probably going to be next week. Like, listen,
I feel like it. I've been dreaming about it. I've been thinking about that thing. I feel it in my bloodstream. Like it's about to happen.
You know what it takes too? It doesn't happen without community. It doesn't happen without others.
Absolutely.
And you're leading with service. And I tell I tell the community, I tell the tribe all the time that if you lead with service, then everything that you do is going to have a higher power attached to it. You're going to be able to gain the momentum. You're going to be able to have the impact that you want. And then the money is just a tool that you're going to use to propel and project to the next level.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be a part of that $1 million day. Can we be a part? If y'all want to be a part of this $1 million day, make sure that we join this challenge, because I think this is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait. Like, will you come back and tell us if we hit this $1 million? When, not if. Ooh,
when.
I was confused, Lord.
When.
It is not
it's
if.
there. It's there. So,
when. And it's soon. It's coming up. We're going to be able to say right here, right now, that this is where this happens. So give me an idea of what you want to do. Where do you see yourself? What impact do you see yourself having in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years?
Well, currently, what I've been doing over the past few years is creating millionaires. Right? Creating millionaires.
Just calmly creating millionaires.
Yeah. I mean, because you got to get used to these types of words and acronyms and letters, right? Millionaires and billionaires. And so, and I remember like 15 years ago, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. I'll be trying to figure out how I'm going to get a loan or how I'm going to get a credit card to do something, right? 15 years ago, I was a completely different person, had a completely different mindset. And now, because I've invested in myself and I've learned how to create millions within my own life, now I can show other people how to become millionaires. And so for me, it's like I'm honored that by showing people how to do business with the government, that they are becoming first generation millionaires, right?
Oh, come on.
And so for
on.
me, I just want to help more people become millionaires and multiple millionaires. I just want to help more people do it.
That's major.
Yeah, because I know the power. I know the chains of poverty, and it just how it just keeps you messed up. I know what that feels like.
Yes.
I know what it's like to have fees upon fees upon fees in your bank account because you're poor, right? And you're struggling, and you're just barely making. I know what that feels like, and I'm like, they are monetizing poverty. Like they're making money off poor people. And when you're actually poor, you actually pay more money out of your pocket when you're poor. It costs you more to be poor than it does for you to be rich. So what I want to do is I want to show more poor people how to become rich.
Right.
That's my goal.
Yes. And then rich is when you make money, but wealthy is when your money makes money.
Absolutely.
Woo, let's like I'm over here.
Absolutely.
I know this is a phenomenal conversation, but we can't let this type of stuff die with one conversation. We need to take action. We talked about taking action with our health today. Like the health, wealth, like the thing that I prayed for even since I was a little girl was to be healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Yeah.
And when I heard Myron say that the other day, I was like, oh, that's my prayer. Like like healthy, wealthy, wise. And that wisdom is usually like the ultimate form of wisdom is going to be wisdom you get directly from God. Like no man had to tell you, you know, that what you learned in school was jacked up. You had to figure that out from your relationship with God and that direct download of information that made you realize, oh, this is the real move. This is the real impact.
Yes.
And so we're taking these downloads, like, and we're not playing with this. We're not going to play with this and act like this is just something that we just, you know, read in a book or uncovered. No, these are literal downloads that your mentors are getting from the source. And that's why we're willing to share. If everybody else get a download, and what do? They want to bottle it up. They want to keep it secret. Listen, we're taking these downloads and we're sharing them with people because we realize that this is a true way to wealth. We need community wealth, not just wealth amongst each other.
Yes,
right? It's lonely. Like what did Myra say? Like it was lonely being the only rich person he knew. Like, he want to hang out with other rich people. We want to be able to take these resources and do fun stuff.
Absolutely.
We want to do, instead of doing hood rat things with our friends, we want to do rich stuff with our friends. Come on, can we do that? Can we celebrate that? And can we provide that opportunity for ourselves and for one another? That's my question. I want to ask you, what type of life have you designed? Can you paint a picture for us right now of the life that you've designed and share that with us?
Okay, so before, like when I first started my business, I was living in an apartment like for years. I lived in an apartment. I had had my children, had cars repossessed, like all the stuff, right? Everything that a person can go through when they're just barely making it. Or just, I want to say just like middle class. Middle class is the new poor. Believe it or not, it is. Middle class is
disappearing. It's either you got it or you don't now. Yeah.
And I always wanted to be able to have the freedom to put God first, family second, and then be able to live the life that I wanted to live.
Right.
Which was like being able to be there for soccer plays, soccer shows and plays, and basketball games, like for my kids. Like I wanted to prioritize family. And I wanted to be able to live in a community and a neighborhood where I don't have to worry about gunshots at night. We jumping off the bed and hide behind couches trying to figure it out. And I didn't have to. I wanted to have decisions where I didn't have to, come from this extravagant vacation, then come back home and I have to drive down the street and it's like all this blight and poverty and drugs and all this stuff in my community and for my kids to see that.
Right.
So I did design. So my business as a vehicle funded by the government allowed me to be able to put my kids and my children into a different environment, to live in a house that I used to be awed about when I go visit other people's homes. Like, oh my God, this is so amazing, right? Now I get to live in it and to be able to be there for my children, have more babies, and all those different types of things, travel the world and not worry about how I'm gonna pay for it, all those different things. So I live life by design, like I really do. Like, and not by default. By default, meaning it means that as you live and things happen, now you're responding to that, right? You're responding to life, but you have to get on top of life and draw it out, write it out, put it on your vision board, and do the action steps that it takes. Because we don't all, like, everybody don't have to just get up and go to work and go home and get married and buy a house and owe a mortgage. You get to design the life. Maybe your life is, I want to live in Paris this month, and I want to go to London this month, and I want to go to Africa for the year. Like, whatever your life is, you have the ability to do that. Nobody's holding you back but you. So you just have to figure out, what vehicle do I need to get in, right, to take me to where I need to go? What resources are all around me already that I have not tapped in, that's going to give me the ability to do that? And for me, that vehicle was my business, and the fuel was government contracts. That changed my life.
Let's go. I love the picture you painted was exactly how I imagine repainting. Like, if you could imagine a canvas, and it's already painted, it might be up there. It might be the first thing that you were given. And what you're saying is live life by design and not by default. That means whatever default image you were given, you gesso. And if y'all don't know what gesso is, that means you're gonna put that white paint right over it, because you're gonna make a brand new smooth surface that you can repaint. And you're repainting that picture. The vehicle is your business, and the fuel is the government contract. I gotta, can I use that vehicle? And fuel, like, okay, well, what is your vehicle and what is your fuel? Let's go. In the chat right now, tell me if you're redesigning your life right now. Let's say you got this canvas, you're not happy with what's on this canvas. I want you to repaint this canvas white. I want it to be clean and clear. And if you're to put some color and to put some imagery on there, tell me, what is your vehicle? What is your gas? What's your vehicle? What is your gas? And how we're going to, like, and we think of it too. We talked earlier about our bodies. That's our canvas too. Are we going to repaint this thing, y'all? Are we going to repaint this, and how are we going to repaint it? We have to envision this. We have to be visionaries, but we also have to take the action.
Absolutely.
We have to take the action. So tell me the vehicle and the fuel that's going to get you to your destination in life.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Come on, y'all. Let me know in the comments. I need a little feedback to know that y'all got it. Because sometimes y'all get on here and we want to get the rah, but we don't take it home. We don't take the message with us. Take the message with you. I want you to write it down. I want you to put it pen to pad for serious now, not just put it in a note on your phone. Write it down. There's something that happens magical when you put pen to paper.
Man, I'm just saying, like,
you spell words. We talk about how powerful words are, right?
Woo! I'm just saying.
Wait a minute. Can we talk about that today?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna answer that question. The first time that I saw how powerful words were, and how powerful writing things were, the scripture that came to mind was, write the vision and make it plain. I've been in church all my life. I'm really a church girl. So write the vision and make it plain. I used to hear that in church, and it didn't mean anything to me. I didn't know what that meant until I started creating my life on a vision board. And I said, I want to be debt free. I want to have this nice car. And the very house that I live in is crazy, because I did my vision board 15 years ago. The very house that I live in looks exact, and it wasn't even intent. It looks exactly like the house that was on my vision board. And I didn't even realize it until my husband brought it to my attention. He was like, did you see the vision board that is somewhere?
Packed up somewhere.
He's like, that is the house that's on the vision board. 5 bedrooms, 3,000 square feet. Like, it's exact. The garage, like 2-3 car garage. It's exactly what was on my vision board. And then I looked at the vision board and said, everything that's on our vision board, we have accomplished. So now it's time to make a new vision board. We have to think bigger.
Yeah.
What do we go from here?
I don't know. What are you thinking?
The sky is the limit.
Man, the sky is the limit. Traveling, impacting, like you said, creating more millionaires. Like, that's
impacting lives. Impacting lives is definitely
amazing.
Absolutely.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, words are powerful.
Yeah, we have some thought to put into this. I'm gonna bring Rob back too. Rob, come on back in so we can let the people.
I'm here making notes.
Rob's over here taking notes too. We are all taking notes.
I was like, I said, I'm gonna raise my hand. can I be the first millionaire that you create?
Heck yeah,
Come on, let's
absolutely.
go.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
so much information, guys. I'm telling you this. If you sit back and listen to how this lady pours out into you and miss the mark, the vehicle is my business and the fuel. This is how I had to do my curve, by the way, because I'm in the health and wellness business.
Yes.
The vehicle is my business and the fuel is helping others bring the best version of themselves to life.
Oh, to life, because it's
Yes.
dead.
Yes.
The
Listen.
water is still and it's dead. We need the living water. Come
Listen.
on, we're
Living
bringing this all
water.
the way
So
together.
if you're on this
Yes.
and you have a business, take what she just said
Yes.
and create it into your
Your
words.
life.
Yes.
And you see what I just did?
Yes.
She says the vehicle. I couldn't find a better way to say it. She says the
Yes.
vehicle is our business.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So my vehicle is my business.
Yes.
So I couldn't say, oh, my fuel is health. What does that mean?
Yeah.
I could say the fuel is health, but okay, what does that mean? So I says the fuel is helping others
Yes.
bring the best version of themselves to life.
Yes.
You see how fast the mind moves?
Yes.
It's an
Yes.
entrepreneur thing. I'm telling you, ladies,
It is.
if you want this and you're a gentleman or whoever,
Yes.
this
Yes.
is some
It's
stuff.
there. It's
That's
there.
Stuff.
And the thing is, you're still leading with service and you're
Yes.
leading with passion and purpose, and the
Yes.
profit will follow.
You know, it's
Come on.
it's crazy because like
These are principles.
I've always been a giver, like all my life. Like that is just a natural part of me to
Right.
give, and I've always
Right.
wanted to serve. And you know, and I literally have given like the coat off my back, like extra
Mm.
cars, just
Yes.
giving it to people.
Yes.
But I've never had enough. I'm like, I wish I had so much more. I would change. I would help this person over here, or I would help this family, or I would go, you know, feed the home. Like if I had so much more. Well, you can have so much more if you're using the things that are in your life, like your gifts
Yes.
and your skills,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because we all have gifts. We all have skills. Sometimes we do nothing with them, but everything that you need to succeed in life and to have abundance is already within you.
That's
It's
it.
already. It's not external.
Yes.
It's not something somebody got
It's
to come
innate.
give you.
It's innate. It was already
in
given
you.
to you.
So
It's
if
in
you use your gifts,
Yes.
you will change your own life.
Yes.
So sometimes we just have to seek within, like, oh, what is my purpose? Like, what am I really?
Yes.
And you got to think about all the common things that's been a part of your life all the years. You know, going all the way back.
Yeah.
What has always been constant in my life,
Mm.
and maybe that is your gift. What if you've always served people? If you've always cared about, oh, he's bleeding or she's cut her head, then you have the gift of servitude.
No.
You have the gift of compassion.
Yes.
Use that, and it will bring you abundance. So you have to be operating in your gift. For me,
Yes.
I've always given to people. So when I was in grade school and people didn't have lunch money, I would give. I'm gonna share my lunch with you. That's who I was.
Yes.
And so, like in business, I always cared about people who were poor, even though I was poor. It's crazy, right? Even though I was poor, I cared about people who was poor. That's why I would give them my last. And so now operating in this space, I get to show other people who are poor how to change their circumstances. Other people,
That's deep.
like one time I had nothing. I
Yes.
could not acquire property. I had no assets.
Yes.
My business allowed me to be able to get assets. So now I can show other people this is how you build assets.
Yes.
What is
Build and protect.
exactly build and protect your assets? So all this knowledge that I gained, I'm always sharing knowledge. That's my gift. So I'm operating in my gift, and that's the reason why God allows me to be in full alignment to receive abundance in my life, because I'm operating in my gift. And so whatever your business is, make sure that you're operating in your gifts, and you're not just in it for money. You have to be in it for more than just money.
Preach.
You have to be.
Preach.
Money is a physical thing that's been manifested, but if you're in it for something greater, then you don't burn out. You don't get tired. There's
That's
no way
true.
for you to get
That is
tired,
true.
right?
Yes.
Also, okay, this is as I'm sitting here, I'm looking at Angela, Tiffany, Cayman, Crystal, and let me see who else. Okay, just to go through that real quick. All right, you hear government contract, right? You may say, wow, she did so well in writing government contracts and helping others to do the same. You know what? I'm going to jump on what she's doing. I'm going to say this. It's not your calling. That's her calling. God gave her that gift. Your gift is your gift. Now you may say, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get started. What you go through is what you grow through, and that now becomes your purpose and passion. Okay? Think about it. What you're paying, what you thought was your pain growing up, whatever it is your pain. That's what the Lord gave you for your gift, that you're going to now go out and speak, put into a course, help someone else to become the best version of themselves. My gift is health. You will never see me say, I'm going to become a real estate agent. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to become the president of the United States. It is not my gift. But guess what? I will walk, talk, eat, sleep, and drink health, because that's my gift. Because God brought me through the pains, the suffering, the struggles, healed me from it, and now that's become my gift.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So think about what you have gone through and said, okay, I'm going to figure this thing out. Now, I'm going to say this. What she have been through to get there, it was the long road of failure. But she realized it now and hired one of the best coaches that I ever came across.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen on that.
And I'm going to tell you this.
Yes.
I never invest as much as she have done. But the one time I went and invest almost bigger than. But guess what? It shortcut me to now I can do $2 million in 2 months.
Right.
Yes.
Right? Which I was
Wait
like,
a minute. Did you just
said
blaze
that-
past
he
it? You
just
said
said
that
that real
really
fast.
I'm like, huh?
You
Like,
did that
when-
extremely
real
fast.
fast.
When the
what was
coach
that now?
said you can do, I said my goal is to do $1 million next year by helping others to create and become better for themselves. He says, why not this year? I said, what?
Yes.
You said,
what?
why not this year?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? By December? He says, come on, let me sit and show you.
Break it down for us. I'm
You
gonna get rid of
need-
this comment right.
You need,
Go ahead. I'm gonna get rid of this
Okay.
comment.
I don't know. That pops up on mine
Yeah,
too.
it's, we got some
YouTube spam.
yeah, little trolls.
he says
outta
to me,
here.
he said, okay,
Intention,
He said-
disruption follows intention.
you create a program
Mhm.
that you can over deliver, not just a small program. I'm talking about a program that's going to impact and change lives, that when they receive it, they says, I can't believe this. I'm running to pay this man because of what he created. And he said, okay, I want you to do me a favor. How many clients do you need to make $1 million?
Do the
I
math.
said, what? He said, okay, do the math. He said, okay, 100 times 10,000. What?
Yeah. Do
100
the math.
people times
You
$10,000.
do the
Yeah.
math.
He said,
Yeah.
how many people are struggling with diabetes, high blood pressure, that literally walking dead? And you're telling me that you can't put something together, a $10,000 program, which it can be a 6-month program, that you're going to now take them off their diabetes, which is not something you're going to make a claim of. But when you start making changes within your life, with your health, you come off these medications. It's just by default for it to happen. Right? Because you stop eating the garbage and start putting good food in your system. Now you realize your blood sugar going down. You realize that your high blood pressure start getting in line. And I'm like, wow, I didn't look at it that way. 100 people?
Yeah. No, as you can see, there's so many different ways.
Yes.
There's so many
Yes.
different ways.
And that's why I want us to get specific. So with your statement, let's be intentional, right?
Yes.
Let's be intentional about what the fuel really is, because
Mhm.
the fuel usually is going to be and yours is actually helping people with the government
Yeah,
contracts. Like
absolutely.
you're literally still your whole purpose is to help others.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Like right, so
Yes.
let's lead with helping. Let's say our fuel is to help others. Let's start with the fuel is to help others,
Yeah,
and then
fuel is to help others.
and then we use the government contracts. We use being able to sell on Etsy. We use setting up our online
Yes.
stores. We use going to events. However we do that,
Yeah.
this is the thing. We always try to figure out the how, right?
Yeah.
God is going to give us the how as long as we are living in our intention, our purpose, and we're
Yes.
doing the
Right.
work to be the person,
Yes.
to be the being that is going to do the things in order to have
Have
those
the
things,
faith.
right?
What,
Yeah.
what did the
The
coach
be
say?
do have.
Be do have.
What he says?
Be.
Human being.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
That's it.
Human being.
That's it.
You
Yes.
are being the person that God created you to be.
Absolutely. By design.
By
Yes.
design.
By design.
We are all created for greatness.
Absolutely.
The greatness within us. But
Let's
guess
go.
what? The negative voices with friends, our father, our mother that tell us that we can't do.
Absolutely.
So we have that in our mind, and it just sings in us. And every time that the devil use that as a handcuff to grip us and keep us to where we don't belong.
Amen. Amen. So listen, we've got some obligations to get to. We're gonna reschedule class for tomorrow. So you'll have some time to bring this together. We're gonna do a design, of course. We're gonna do a fire design. I'm actually gonna give y'all the design from the dress that y'all saw, the dress that I created last minute before I hopped on the plane to go to this event. I'm taking that design and I'm gonna give y'all that design during class, so that you'll be able to change it, make it whatever colors, change out the flowers, change out the prints, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna give that to you all because I feel so honored that you all celebrate me so much that I have to always pour back into you.
Absolutely.
So this is another opportunity that we're using to pour into you. We're giving you an opportunity. We're not selling you anything. We're giving you an opportunity to take advantage of something that could change your life. And if this is something that you want to do, if this is something that speaks to you, make sure that you go to this link. Make sure you do it ASAP, Rocky, because do we have a certain number of seats? Are they limited?
Yeah. So it's a limited. Yeah.
Yes, we need to make sure that we're basically filling this room up because I want to see this exact stories over on my side. I don't want us to be the ones watching 3 months from now when somebody's talking about they got that 6-figure contract. I want to be like, dang, that could have been. You know how you're talking like you were the player back in high school, and it's 30 years later. Yeah, back in high school, I used to. Listen, no more of those opportunities wasted. Now stands for no opportunity wasted.
I like it.
Let's get to it. Even if you just learn a little bit. Let's say this isn't like even if you figure out that you know what this isn't for me. I bet you learned enough information to say but it's perfect for my brother. This is perfect for my sister who needs to get out of this situation.
Absolutely.
And I promise you, as long as you keep your mind and your heart open to the true message, and you'll be able to use any of this, any of what you heard today. Plus, come to this challenge because you're gonna see me there. Okay.
Yes.
Listen, y'all know how this goes. I want us to thank the people who came here today. This is an opportunity. I'm at this mastermind. We wrapped up our mastermind. Literally, we're here spending extra overtime just to bring you information that can change situations. So I want to make sure that we say thank you, that we appreciate these opportunities. We show God gratitude. We show one another gratitude. The God in us who is presented to you right now, let's show that gratitude so that we can keep this circulating and going. Okay?
Yes.
So in the meantime, I say we appreciate you. We love you dearly. Until next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. What?
Yes.
Dr. Kawana.
Dr. Kawana.
Listen, I gotta get this doctor. And then Dr. Kawana, is your Instagram and stuff on your on the link? Will they be able to get to you, or do I need to give them your Instagram? Your the link here if they go to the challenge.
Oh no.
Okay.
So,
Let me give them. I'm gonna put in the Instagram. Hold on, y'all. I told y'all I was leaving. And I'm gonna spell it. I'm gonna give them the whole link. Take off my link.
So when are you leaving? Tomorrow morning.
And it's 2 N's. Free speaks. Boom. And I saw your Instagram and it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes. I love the branding. Love the pink.
Thank you.
Gotcha. All right, so y'all go ahead and make sure that we subscribe to Shepherd Fit and also Kawana Speaks. Let's do that. Let's go, y'all. I told y'all about it already, so I'm gonna say it again. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for real. And this journey that I've been on to learn and grow more is essentially for the community. So please understand that this is a sacrifice, a commitment that I have to you all too. I know I'm being a little bit missing, but I promise you, I'm working on greatness. I'm bringing greatness. I'm not trying. I'm doing so we can have. And I'm being the individual, the spirit that I need to in order to be a better and greater impact for you all. Okay, so it's all love for real, and I'll check y'all next time. Until that next time, bye.